Hello, Smoky Mountain Faith Food and Fun friends, and welcome back to the Ramsey Ranch kitchen. Today we're going to make a chicken souvlaki Orzo Greek pasta salad. And anybody who has followed our food journeys knows that I am all about those Mediterranean and Greek flavors. So what we're going to need for this wonderful recipe is 2 chicken breasts, a box of Orzo pasta, we're going to use about half, garlic salt, 1/3 cup of olive oil, a cup of English cucumber chopped, a cup of grape tomatoes chopped, some souvlaki seasoning or a Greek seasoning, or I can tell you how to make your own, a tablespoon of honey, 2 teaspoons of a lemon zest, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped oregano, 1/4 cup of fresh parsley, 1/2 cup of kalamata Greek olives that have been pitted, the juice of a whole lemon, a 5-ounce container of feta cheese, and of course salt and pepper to taste. Alright, so to start off, we obviously need to get our chicken cooked. You could also use a rotisserie chicken and get that from the grocery store and shred the meat from that, but I prefer to season my own because I want those Greek flavors. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to salt and pepper my chicken breast, super easy. This is a pink Himalayan sea salt. And you don't want to be too shy with it because you do want the flavor to stand out. And of course we're going to have some crushed black pepper. Always got to start with the S&P, guys. No S&P, no flavor. Alright, so I have a souvlaki seasoning here. This is from Epicure, which is one of a home-based spice company. There are souvlaki and Greek seasoning already pre-made in the store. I think McCormick makes one. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. And if you have dried mint, that is actually a bonus too. Most people probably don't keep that in their spice cabinet. It's not a must, but I'll tell you, this stuff, if you have an Epicure consultant that you know, grab you some souvlaki seasoning. So I'm using about a total of a tablespoon on the 2 chicken breasts. I want it to taste really good, so I'm not going to be shy with my seasonings. So again, if you can't find a souvlaki seasoning, salt, pepper, a little bit of oregano, lemon pepper, garlic powder, and some paprika, and that's kind of going to give you the same result. So I'm going to throw these chicken breasts in the oven on 350 for 25 to 30 minutes until the internal temperature reaches 160, I believe is the correct for chicken. And I love to use this little air fryer toaster oven because it saves on the electricity bill. We're going to make the pasta and get the dressing made, and you're going to come along with me for that. Alright, so it's time to cook the pasta. This is 1.5 cups of Orzo pasta. And we're just going to throw that in there. Give it a little stir. And let that cook for about 9 minutes till it's al dente. And our Orzo is finished. 9 minutes on the dot. Now that our Orzo is finished, we're going to give it a quick rinse with cold water so that it's not so hot when we put it in our salad. You could even throw some ice cubes on this just to speed up the process if you wanted to. Okay, so while our chicken and our pasta is cooking, we're going to go ahead and get the dressing made and get this ready so that everything is ready to put together when everything is ready. Yeah, that was a lot of use of the word ready. All right, so we've got 1/3 cup of olive oil here. This is just your regular olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil might be a little bit strong for this recipe, so we're just going to use a regular olive oil. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of a Dijon mustard. Get all that out. I have 2 teaspoons of lemon zest, which I used from the lemon that I'm gonna put in the recipe here in a moment. I've got a heaping tablespoon of honey. And man, if you could smell this, holy cow. It just smells so fresh. It smells like summer, although we're in the middle of redbud winter here in East Tennessee, which is basically a big cold snap you have in the beginning of April, end of March, when your redbuds are blooming. All right, so I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper. And about 3/4 of a teaspoon of garlic salt. I am not a measurer unless I'm baking. Sometimes not even then. So if you don't know your measurements, go ahead and use a measuring device. So you're going to need the juice of one, this is about a medium lemon. These lemon squeezers, easy peasy lemon squeezy squeezers, are handy. All right, we are just going to give this a mix. Get everything all nice and incorporated, mixed up for that dressing. So something that I do that a lot, I don't ever see cooks doing it, but for me, I feel like it incorporates the flavor even better, is to go ahead and add all of my herbs and veggies and let that marry into the dressing. So I've got 2 tablespoons of fresh oregano, and then about 1/4 cup of fresh parsley. 1 cup of grape tomatoes, which I have quartered because they were pretty big. 1 cup of an English cucumber, which I also quartered. We prefer our bites just a little smaller. And then I've got 1/2 cup of the kalamata Greek olives, which have been pitted. You can cut those in half, but I feel like they're about the same size as the tomatoes and the cucumber, so I decided to just leave it. Yeah, isn't that pretty? Yummy, yummy. All right. Our orzo pasta is done. Chicken is almost done. Looks like it's got another couple of minutes. I'm going to go ahead and add our feta cheese. If you don't like feta cheese, of course you can leave it out, but man, for me, I just love it. So I'm going to go ahead and get that incorporated with our dressing, and then add in our orzo. So there are 2 ways of serving this. You can chop up the chicken into chunks or strips and eat it on top, or you can mix the chicken in. I'm kind of feeling the entree presentation where if I just chop some of the chicken into strips. And then once I have what I want, because this is for me. Yep, it's all for me. Although I think Brooks would like it, I'm not sure. This will last me several meals. Man, that's so yummy. Look how pretty that is. Now, if you don't want to use orzo, you could use brown rice. I think it comes out to be about 3 cups of cooked. Or you could use quinoa, which is a nice grain. I don't love the texture of quinoa, especially in a cold salad. I'll eat it hot. Don't really love it cold. Today I went with orzo. Such a pretty salad. All right. Once our chicken has cooled, I will come back and show you what it looks like. Everybody, our chicken is done. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just cube it up and put it in the salad. I might make a plate for my lunch and it be a pretty plate kind of with these slices. But then I think I'm going to cube up the rest and put it in the salad. So while I'm slicing this up, I just wanted to share a Bible verse with you. And it's actually the one that's on my shirt. And it's Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your paths. And I have to tell you, all of us have gone through storms. Many of you know our stories. And that is a verse to hold on to every day, all day. Is that if we just put our trust in the Lord and don't lean on what we know and what we see, because he's always behind the scenes working on things that we can't see. And I can tell you in my own experience, I'm human and I often question, what are you doing, Lord? You know, what's happening? And then eventually you see what's happening and you see how he's working. And leaning on our own mere human minds and hearts is dangerous. We can't do that. And if we acknowledge that the Lord is working and that he is behind everything that's going on, he will make our path straight and he will help us understand by and by what his will is for our lives. So I just wanted to share that little nugget of, I don't know what you should call it, spiritual wisdom. But figured I'm slicing some chicken. It was on my heart. A lot of times people ask me, where do I get my shirts? I get a lot of them at Love and Faith. If you just do an internet search for Love and Faith, they will pop up. They have a lot of good sales, a lot of great faith-based t-shirts. They're really, really soft, really good quality. It's not an advertisement for them. I just like what they offer. So, all right. So this salad smells so good. It smells like just a summer afternoon. It smells bright. I'm imagining it's going to taste the same way. I've never made this before, but I love, love, love Mediterranean food. So I'm going to go ahead and dish up a little dish for myself. It looks so good. Look at that. I love the olives, the feta cheese. And throw on a few pieces of that chicken. And let me tell you, that smells amazing with all those spices. But look at that. Isn't it pretty? Chicken is cooked perfectly. It's juicy and moist. All right, so it's time. I'm gonna give it a try. Y'all know, and this is the Ramsey Ranch Kitchen. This is my favorite restaurant in the Smokies. Brooks is too. I've got myself a bite of chicken here. Get an olive, cucumber. give it a bite. Mm. All right, that's right up my alley. The flavors of the fresh oregano, which is a very bright flavor. You probably could use dry oregano, but I don't know that it would be the same. With the olives, the yummy tomatoes, and the cucumber mixed with that dressing that's so bright with the lemon. And the flavor of the chicken is like the best chicken souvlaki you've ever eaten. If you like chicken souvlaki, which I do. So, yeah, it's a fork twirl. And I'm going to be eating good in the Ramsey neighborhood this weekend. And I'm going to mix all of the rest of this in. Actually, I think that's kind of a lot of chicken for this. But let's see. I may have some left over to make something else. Let's see how that does. I want it to be meaty, but not overly meaty. The wind is a-blowing out there. I hear my wind chimes just going crazy. So also, with the chicken, one of the breasts was really kind of large. So I think it ended up taking closer to 40 minutes. I'm going to leave this out. Maybe put that in my plate. And we'll use the rest. So this is going to make a nice entree salad for your summer barbecues. Just something nice to pop in some containers if you go to work and you bring your lunch. I can tell you this will not go to waste in our house because I love the flavors in this salad. It's awesome. And to me, it's just enough. Enough salt, enough pepper, just enough of the seasonings. But there it is finished. And I just want to thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go eat lunch. God bless you all, and fork twirls forever. We'll see you next time.